Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's resume our Complete Beginner's Guide to Elin, shall we? Picking up where we left off, and we did make a shipping box, so we can now talk to our buddy, Lloyd Tell. And let's do that. And he says, a nicely colored, calming shipping box, finally. A ray of civilization shines upon this untamed land. Items in the shipping box are automatically collected every morning, and the earnings will be sent directly to you. Ship a good amount of items, and you'll even get some gold bars. I have a headache, so I'll rest for today, but try throwing some items into the box. I will. Okay. So if I push J, we have defensive training to kill hostile creatures, and that's all we have. So let's get some more quests here. We have tax liability, unfortunately. It pains me to dampen your enthusiasm as you're eager to settle in your new home, but this is something you will eventually learn anyway. This land is certainly yours, and you're free to do with it as you please. However, as long as it exists within the territory of Mycelia, every asset on this land, down to the last head of livestock, must be recorded in the tax ledger. You will regularly receive tax bills, and be warned, those who fall behind on their taxes face a grim fate. Well, it's going to be a while yet. Don't worry now, just keep developing your home. Alright, so we do need to worry about the taxes, but we'll take care of that soon enough. Now, let's get another one. And Lost Puppy. It's not that I dislike humans, but I've always found a deeper connection with animals, and this is Fiamma. I often end up taming animals I come across whenever traveling. Before we arrived here, a cute little puppy grew attached to me. It followed us everywhere. The puppy, curious as it was, ran off after something while we were resting and didn't come back. There was a cave near where we were resting at that time. I'm worried the puppy might have wandered deep into it. It's not a very dangerous place, so can you go look for the little one? The cave is just northwest of here. Alright, so now we have a quest to find a puppy. And that is a quest that we want to do, but it is a quest that requires us to go out into a cave, and it can be challenging. So we need to prepare for that, and let's do that. What do I have right now? Well, I don't have much to fight with. I have my Ice Arrow spell. I'm strong. I have a lot of, stamina, but we need to do a better job of preparing. And to do that, we need to build some crafting stations. So let's get into that. However, before we do that, I want to show you a few things that I was streaming the game last night, and what I love about Elin is I just keep learning more and more as I play it, and people come in from the community and watch, play along, and give me all these tips that they've found. It's one of those games where you just learn something new pretty much every time you play, and in my case, many things. One of the coolest things is, I think I showed you this before, but you can toggle the widget button down here. It looks like a refresh button to change the way the UI looks, and this is a nice modification to the UI that's a little bit less invasive. It's more minimal. You can see it's transparent, so you can see more of the screen. This is kind of more of a traditional, like a huge ribbon. And you could go with whatever you like. But what's neat is if you push escape and then you go into the systems panel, you can actually go into widgets and you can customize every element of the UI. Kind of like in RuneScape, where you see all of the different boxes that pop up. You can drag these around. You can change the transparency behind them. You can change how they look. It's really, really neat. So you can tool around in here and just get everything set up the way you like it. Another thing I want to show you is in config, if you go over to experimental, we already are showing damage numbers, and you can unseal the systems widget to, move things around even further. Let's see, but the one I want to show you is down here, and if you go to mob frame rate, you can change this. By default, it's over here at jittery, which just basically means that like when you move and NPCs or monsters, anything else moves in the environment, it just pops onto that square. But if you go over to smooth, number 4, I'll see if I could show you. Let me close this. Let's see. Will one of these characters move? They don't want to right now. If they did move, they're staying in place. There they go. There they go. You see how you can watch them slide from one square to another with smooth? It just gives you more of a feeling that they're moving from one place to the other, so you can observe better what their pathing is. Maybe make some anticipations like, are they coming after me or are they just moving around? Because if you have it the other way, it just like, it's hard to keep track of sometimes because they just kind of pop around. And let's see. We already filled this shipping box with our flowers, didn't we? Yes, we did. All right, so to get ourselves a bit more powerful, we need to build a bunch of crafting benches. So I'm going to push F2 and just open up our recipe list. And we have a workbench, but we need a sawmill. We don't need a spinner yet, but eventually. A tinker's table and a carpenter's table. A tinker's table is going to allow us to build things like a boomerang that we could use just as a very simple weapon, but we could also make, a stone sword or something like that. And this is actually crafted at the mason's table, so we'd need that as well. The wooden weapon we could make at the carpenter table. So we just need to get some things up and running to extend our potential. And I'm going to go over here, and this is at the workbench. We first need to make a sawmill so we can create planks. And this is going to take logs and stones. And you can always click on the different resource types to see if you have more anywhere else, but we don't. We just need some stones. So I have 24 stamina, so I'm just going to select my axe and just go around here looking for stones. And here's some right here. Do-do-do-do-do. And by the way, we're going to need logs, so I'll just chop down this tree while I'm at it. And I might need a branch, so I'll get that little tree. There we go. Bone you always need. Let's go over here. Great. Great. I'm getting hungry, okay. What food do I have at the moment? I've got crim. I'll eat it though. That'll fill us up slightly. So we're still peckish, so I'll eat again. I have a contented face. Okay, great. Let's collect this. And let's collect this. And collect this. So bone is good for making nails. You can make nails out of bone. You can also make bait for fishing out of bone. It's just a really, really versatile resource early. The main things that we need are going to be leaves, grass, branches, logs, stones, and bone. Flowers for money, that's fine. And this is, I'm getting to be some trashy area. Branches too, yeah. All right, so now I can just walk over here to my bench, and we can make a sawmill, and I will. And we're low on stamina, but we can rest, no worries. And I'm just going to put the sawmill right here. I like kind of making a row of all of my crafting stations so they're all in one place. Now, this is a pro tip I got. I'm in the comments, which is that I was thinking, and I heard that there might be a range to your boxes, which is very common in games. Like if you put a supply chest down and it's going to share it to all of the nearby crafting stations, there is some kind of radius or range that operates within. So you have to build things close together. But from what I understand, if you have a box or boxes, anywhere on the map they can share. So you don't need to worry that much, which is fantastic. You can always right-click and move things in this game if they're movable. So don't be married to this. Like later, we can build a sweet, you know, big structure with different rooms and different crafting stations and get all fancy. But for now, I'm just going to put these things out so they're easy to access. It does not matter if they're covered or not. That doesn't really affect things, so don't worry about that. And now at the sawmill, if I click on it, you see I can turn logs into planks, or I can turn branches into sticks. And what this allows me to do is make some more advanced items. Like tools all need sticks, so you need branches to do that. And the other tables that we want to make require planks. So all you need to do is, you see the recipe here, but in my inventory, you see how everything has like a gold border around it? That means I can use that at the saw. So like I could drop my branches here, for example, to become planks. And you can also, if you turn this off, you won't use stocked ingredients, but we want to use stocked ingredients, of course. Oh, sorry. Let me go back over here. I'm going to go ahead and take these cedar logs, and I'm just going to drop them right there, and we'll just turn them into, there we go. It took 1 stamina to do that. I have some planks. I'll make a stick, and you could just right-click on it from your inventory. We're down to 4. How much stamina does this take from me to do? Okay, it takes 1 each time. It doesn't show you as easily, but just be careful not to exhaust yourself. And we'll just push F5 and sleep. I did get verification when I was streaming. It doesn't matter if you sleep under the stars or if you sleep inside. You sleep in the rain. What matters is your bed, the quality of your bed. Now, you see, this is our first time getting the shipping report. So we actually sold some stuff every day that you put something in there. And when you're sleeping, just like in Stardew, somebody comes to collect the items and they give you money. And we got ourselves 73 orans, which will be eventually turned into a gold bar, which we can use for all kinds of purchasing building recipes. And speaking of building recipes, let's talk about that. We now know how to make a log table, which is cool. But we haven't actually gone... Here we go. Let's go over to Fiamma and talk to her. And let me see your home equipment. So from here, we can buy some recipes, and they take gold bars. We have 10. So what we want is a resident board and a home board. So I'm going to buy both of these things. The other stuff is cool, but we don't need it. The plan of tax evasion is hilarious, but I'm not going to get it. We're just going to buy the 2 cheapest things because they're already ready to place and they will help us. So I'm going to right-click in my inventory on the resident board, and we're just going to move over here with the arrow keys and just kind of drop this down. And then the same thing with the home board. I'm just going to put it right here. Now from the home board, we can click on this, and we can see information about this plot of land that we own. It's fertility, which is bad. There's too many plants. So fertility, you need to have a higher fertility to plant things. You can raise your fertility by like removing weeds specifically. That really, really helps, but also just other plants so that you can grow, because there's a limit to how many plants you could have because there just won't be enough minerals, I guess, for the plants to thrive. You can change your policies here, which we don't have anything that we're messing with at the moment. You can see the skills that you have here for your area, your rank, and your log. It even keeps track of like how much you've shipped and stuff, which is cool. You can even click on shipping report to see your yesterday, how much money you made. Okay, I'm going to go down here. And then on the resident board, you could see the residents at our base. And it says, apparently everyone wants to give us a guide. Do you see the briefcase next to their names? If you hover your mouse over it, you can see their hobbies and jobs. Residents have various jobs. Some improve the security or fertility of your base, while others produce valuable items. However, if the environment isn't right, the residents won't do their jobs. Jobs shown in yellow are currently impossible to perform. Usually, if you place the right furniture for the job at your base, they'll start working. For example, a bookshelf is needed for research jobs, and a lot of times you just need a sign to like designate an area for fishing, for example. The efficiency of their work will increase as the residents grow. The quality of their beds also affects efficiency, so it's a good idea to have one bed for each resident. All right, so if we look at Loytel, for example, his work is supervising, and his hobby is gardening. So we would need a farm sign to give him the opportunity to do gardening because it's in yellow. He is... I don't know what he'd need to supervise, but I think he's doing that. The bear cub wants to play games or garden, so a farming side would work for both of those. Now, you also see that they don't have a bed, and they want a bed. If you give them a bed, they will perform whatever labor that you've assigned to them better. So we need to give Loytel a bed. You don't need to, as I initially thought when I played the game, like, you know, in Terraria or something, you need to give them a house. In this, they don't actually need a house, you just need to give them a bed. So you could put everybody's bed in one room, and that would be enough for them, at least at this state of the game. So what I'm going to do from here is go and... I'm going to go into this room, and I would need to build a bed for our buddy, which I don't have any beds at the moment. But we also want to build some more tables and crafting stations. Let's see. Oh, there's so much to do. We could fish as well. Oh my goodness. Okay, fun stuff. But we need to make a fishing rod if we want to do that. So let us make Loytel a bed. So this just takes some leaves and some grass. So we need to go collect some grass and leaves. I'm going to auto-dump my stuff, sort myself out. I'm actually going to put bones in here and put my garbage in here. Garbage actually has a use. We need to make a hammer for that. And I'll put my stones in here. I don't know, these junk stones, whatever. Okay, great. And then now I'm going to sort and move over here. And let us continue the game by getting some more branches. Oh my god. Alright, something became aggressive and she killed it, and that's fine. It was a gnome. So there was an evil gnome, and Fiamma killed it. Fair enough. Alright, so let's see. If I want to make the carpenter's table, you can see I need 4 planks, and I have enough stones if I switch to a different stone type, but I only have 2 planks. So I need to go to the sawmill and make some more planks. So I'm just going to saw these oak logs into planks. There we go. Now we have enough. Oh, derp. Okay, by the way, I didn't explain this before. I was just looking in my bag. You see at the top, these icons are the logs that are in my storage. And I think it was actually because I was carrying everything. So I hadn't put things away, so these weren't showing. But if you have stuff in storage that's usable, like if I want to use these birch logs to make planks, then you can click on them above, and that's drawing from your storage. Oh, we did get a letter right here, and this is the Journal of Lutz Volume 1. I'm going to grab it, and I'm going to right-click again to read it. You will periodically get these journals from Lutz, the former hero, and they give you some story, but they also give you really good tips about the game. So this one says maybe that title of former hero was just a joke. Everything I believed in was built on a lie. When I heard the sound of it all collapsing, I thought about leaving this world behind, but then, for some reason, I was struck by the round, innocent eyes of Michan, the gluttonous seal. In them, I saw a small glimpse of hope for a paradise, and so I decided to aim for the promised land, just the 2 of us. Now I live off the land in a remote forest, preparing for the journey ahead. Who this letter written in the sleepless night will reach, I'm looking forward to finding out. So, this is not the most helpful, just kind of getting things started, but some of these later letters are really good. Go ahead and put your letters away. You don't need to carry them. And now we can go here, and I want to make the carpenter's table. I'm going to switch to this rock so I can make it. And we got it. And I'm just going to push escape. I'm going to walk over here. And I'm just going to put it down. Now my crafting dummy, or my training dummy, is actually getting in the way. I'm going to move it over here now. Actually, how about down here? There you go. Oh, that is the wrong button. There. Okay. And now, at the carpenter's table, we can make a bunch of new things. And the boomerang is the one that we really are interested in because it's a great little weapon that we can throw that does reasonable damage. You can see it does 2 dice 7 plus 3, which is nuts. And we can also make a bunch of furniture and things, which we don't need right now, but you do need furniture to make some of the better crafting tables, and sometimes people will request them for quests and things like that, and that's fine. And we can make a wooden weapon, which is a melee weapon, which is going to be better than our axe, which is not, it says on it, not suitable for combat. We need to use the wooden weapon to actually hit things, so we will. So the wooden weapon, we can't make at the moment. Oh, yes, we can. We just need to use 2 cedar sticks. Now, if we had a magic stone, we could make this even better. But let's go ahead and make this. I'm just going to craft it. There we go. And now, I have a rosewood longstaff. And that's not great. I wish it was good, but it's not. It's okay though. It's better than everything else. It's staff, and I thought for some reason maybe it's random what it gives you. I thought maybe I would get a sword type item. I did not. Okay, but either way, it's an improvement. Now for the boomerang, we need some string and we need some planks. So we're going to need to go to our workbench and see about making string. We can make 1. Okay, great. I am going to move this magic arrow over and these stones over. I'm just going to put my range stuff at the end, and I'm going to put this weapon at the front. Now, this weapon is not great, but 2 dice 3 plus 0 is still better than nothing. And let's see. I need to get some more planks together, so we'll go ahead and craft... Oops, wrong thing here. Craft me some planks. I'll just use Palulu and just make a bunch. There we go. And then now I'm going to go over here. I'm going to push Q to put my string away. And then we will make a boomerang. So the boomerang, I need to just switch to the Palulu and... oh, sometimes this will happen. I don't know what it is. It's like a bug or something, but sometimes it does not give you credit for having 2 strings, even if you do. I have 1 in my bag, and I have 1 in my chest. And if you have sorted... I don't know what it is. Like, if you have sorted your bag... it changes the counting for some reason. So just take this out of your chest or put it in so that they're both together, and then now it'll give us credit for 2, and we will make ourselves this weapon. So honestly, the boomerang, I'm going to put it right here, it's 2 dice 7 plus 3. So this is better than the short range weapon that we made, and you can throw this in short range, so we'll be using the boomerang a lot. Okay, good. Anything else we want to craft here? Now, I could make a pair of light gloves, but the issue is with some of these, you're making like grass armor, and if you make it, it might not give you any protection at all. It might just be decorative, and we don't want to waste our time with that. So instead, I'm going to come back to the workbench, and I'm going to try to make a fishing rod. I just need string. All right, let's go. Let's get some vines. I'm going to get my axe out. I'm going to push tab to close my inventory, and we're just going to look for some vines. Well, there's some, but it's off the map. By the way, you can just break these boxes apart to get some planks. Oh, where have they gone? All right, well, we need to definitely collect the weeds, collect anything that we can eat. Here's some vines. Oh, here we go. Great. Oh, okay, here's a bad guy. So sometimes bad guys will just wander onto your property. Now, if you're afraid, which sometimes you really should be, depending on what class you pick, just try to run back to the middle and have your NPCs fight them for you, including your pet. But let's just try out our boomerang. I'm going to throw our boomerang at this guy. He's hitting us for sure, but we smoked that guy. So he left, and our boomerang annihilated him. So good thing we made ourselves a weapon. And let's gather this. Let's gather these weeds. Birch. Berry. Crim. Birch. Flower. I got 3 stamina, so we're going to need to rest. But we took that guy down, which is great. Alright. Can I make my fishing pole now? Oh no, I need to make string. String will cost 2 stamina, so let's just make 1. And now we need to rest. I'll go in my house and just rest. We need to put more fuel in our torch. It's burned out, but it's okay. All right. Fantastic. We're starving, so we got hurt. And we need to eat. So let's eat. I'm just going to keep eating this crim. But this is a good moment to talk about a nice way to think about food early. So berries, you can roast them. Crim, you can eat it. But a good way, or at least a way to get food is to come here and craft a fishing rod. So, once you have a fishing rod, you can fish if you have bait. Go to Quick Craft and make bait. And remember I said you can make it out of bone? It does take a lot of stamina, but I'm going to make as much bait as I can. Okay, and we did. You can also make bait out of mushrooms, so I'm going to make bait out of that too. Now I'm down to 10. Good enough. And I'm going to select my fishing rod. I'm going to pick it up and just put it on my action bar for now. And then select your fishing rod and come over here, and you see how you can fish in the water, but it's better if you fish where there's like a fish, like you could see a fish in the water. So if I right click on this, just let it go, you're fishing. And every time you catch something, you will use a bait. Okay? So, it says it seems like the fish are taking a day off today, which stinks, but just keep fishing. We got a small medal, okay. You can see your stamina start to go down. We got a tadpole. Just keep an eye on your stamina. And just, you're not doing anything. You're just automatically catching stuff. Okay, we're not getting food as much as we're getting, there we go. Rubber snail. Okay, we're out of bait. Everything that you caught is on the square that you were on. So just go here. There we go. And we're low on stamina anyway, but let's just check out what we got. We ended up getting a rubber snail, which is junk. But we did catch ourselves some tadpoles that we can eat. We got a runic tome, which we don't know what it is. It's question mark. And we also got this small medal. It's an old coin, and it's currency. So somebody wants these. Now, a cool thing is if you get currency, you can actually right-click on your wallet. This is where your money goes, but it can hold other currency too. So you can put your metal or platinum coins in here if you would like. You can also put your gold bars in here to keep free up space. So here we go. I'm going to auto dump. And fantastic. And let me go back here to my fire. And I could craft and cook some grilled fish. I'm going to make one. It'll take 2 stamina. And it says there's not enough fuel. Okay, so you see how in the bottom left, if it says there's not enough fuel, look at the bottom left. It'll be like there's 0% fuel. And it has auto refuel on. But I need to refuel it, and I'm going to just use some birch logs to do that. And you can click from your chest. You can't auto refuel from your chest, I don't think. I think it has to be in your bag to do that. But anyway, I'm going to put those logs in there to give 60% fuel. And then now I can cook one of these. Bam. And I'm tired. Oh, look. The Frontier Inspector, you memorize his favorite. Okay, cool. Oh, because he talked in his sleep and he told us what he likes, which is, I guess, ore. And I'm going to eat this skewer of grilled tadpole. And it filled us up a little bit. And I can eat these blueberries and eat the other blueberries and then just push F5 and sleep. Fantastic. And we learned how to make a stone chest. So we're doing great. I'm going to sort my stuff. I should have put my flowers in there for selling, but that's okay. I'll do it now. And now that we have some more stamina, we're hungry. So let's go ahead and just cook all of these fish, tadpoles that we caught, and eat them. So that's a beautiful way for us to get a little bit of food. Okay. But in the meantime, let's go get these berries. So you have to wait to see the flowering. Oh, I didn't mean to go out here, but here we are. Hey, wait a minute, don't run. Huff, huff. You're now in the global map. In the global map, you can travel great distances, but time also passes very quickly. You will starve to death if you don't have enough food, and conditions such as poison will progress rapidly, so be careful when you move. When you have nothing to eat, try clicking on yourself. You'll be able to enter an outdoor map corresponding to the terrain tile you're on. If you're in a forest, there should be plenty of wild food available. And this is a great tip. This is good for everything. It's good for gathering resources, ingredients, and food. Oh, and when you're traveling on the map, you might get attacked by monsters. See that road to your right? Attacks are less frequent on the road, and the further you stray from the road, the more likely you are to encounter tough enemies. So for beginners, sticking to the road is a good idea. Well then, okay. So, I'm going to enter my, let's just actually go back out. So, on this map, you can go to the map tool, just like you are on the regular map, and you can zoom in a little bit more to see what's going on. A bit better. I like to be at about like 150 or something like that. But you could zoom out to get more of a view, but this makes things clearer. And this is, for example, the puppy cave up here. You can see in the top center, it's displaying what location you're visiting. But many of these will change. The Tinker's Camp is fixed. The Puppy's Camp will stay because we have the quest. Nymel will stay because we have a quest for it. And the towns and things will change. But some of these, like these ruins, you might not see them. They come and go. So there's a bit of randomness to the locations you can go. And what you want to pay attention to is the danger level. If the danger level of 2, that'll be challenging for us, the Puppy Cave quest we have. Danger level of 4 is no. We will die if we go there. But it is worth mentioning, if you die in this game, unless you selected hardcore character, if you die, for the first 90 days of the game, there is no penalty. After that, you will lose money when you die. So you just make sure if you do die, you have two choices, which is basically to let yourself die or to crawl up from the grave. If you let yourself get buried, your character is dead and over, and you'll go back to the main menu. Don't do that. Pull yourself back up from the grave. Unless you have you want to role play or play hardcore or whatever. But I think this game is best played coming back from the dead because it's such a long game, and you can die randomly. So at least until you learn the game, I would play with the option to bring yourself back. That's just my choice, and that's what I'm going to be doing in the guide. It's the best way to learn because things can change very rapidly. You could get hit by an enemy and almost one-shotted if you're not prepared, or one-shotted if it's way too hard. So I'm going to go back into our home area, and we need to just keep gathering. We have a lot of crafting stations that we want to make. We can get some weeds, some leaves, flowers to sell, herbs if we want. We could process this box into planks. There's some withered berries there. There's some leaves here. We could keep fishing if we could get some more bones or mushrooms. And there's mushrooms all over the place, you see, to make bait from. There we go. There's crim to eat. So make sure that you're just... Oh, this enemy wants to fight. This little Beth Putit. Oh, okay. I made a mistake right there. I apologize. I pushed right-click instead of equipping our weapon, and I did auto-combat. When you do auto-combat, the game loves to use, like, your magic, for example. That's why we cast Ice Arrow and annihilated that guy. So make sure you have your weapon selected so that you right-click to use your weapon. I selected number 2, which there was nothing there, and I'm actually going to go to the log and see what happened there. I threw my staff at him instead of attacked with him. Okay, I see. And I think I lost the staff. I don't see it. Yikes. Okay, so I threw that staff that we made, and it just hit it, and then now we lost it. So be careful with your weapons. That is not what I wanted to have happen. Anyway, we got some goats, if we can learn to manage livestock, which is great. Uh-oh, I threw my boomerang. But luckily, the boomerang comes back, which is another reason the boomerang is OP. Boomerang does a ton of damage, comes back to you. It's fantastic. All right, great. So we're going to keep building these crafting stations, but now we've got a little bit of a way to get food. We've got some new quests that we can get, and we're rocking and rolling. Everyone, I hope you're still finding this guide series to be useful and fun, and I will check you in the next episode. Take care.